You're listening to Kingdom and Kinship, a Good Society actual play by Hallowed Haven Studios. Previously on Kingdom and Kinship, the Baroness Dunholt hosted the season's first hunt. From her place on the back of the Iron Throne, a mighty beast of a stallion with a notoriously unpleasant temperament for any but his own preferred rider, she announced the desire to see someone in the day's hunt bring down the Dunholt stag, a creature that had called the forests around her estate home for 30 years. While Lady Sophia was surprised by a tense meeting with her father, in which he urged her to make peace with her brother, the Honourable Douglas Finchwood took on a wager from the Ashcombe siblings that he prove his superior horsemanship by riding on the Iron Throne without being thrown off. Meanwhile, Miss Louisa Osborne and I greeted the Baroness and thanked her for her invitation, though she expressed some trepidation about inviting me in the face of the tragedy that took my twin from me. I assured her that all was well and that I'd been looking forward to the day. Douglas proved that while he was more than a competent horseman, he was not remotely a competent hunter, as he found himself struggling to hit his target unless he was being coached by the Baroness herself. Lady Sophia met with Elias Blackwell, who urged her to spend less time hiding herself behind her mask and more introducing herself to him. And I found myself in the presence of Leonard Blackwell, who wore his feelings for me so openly that I struggled to find adequate words in the face of them. Unfortunately, in the midst of this, a trio of hunters managed to scare Stag back towards the hunting party, which spooked Leonard's horse, which promptly reared, throwing him from her back. I find myself ashamed to admit that my terror at the idea of witnessing a repeat of what happened to dear Edmund inspired an unnecessarily dramatic response, given Leonard walked away with nothing worse than a few bruises. My panic gripped me, and I was sure I might die from the way my heart squeezed so painfully, but with companionship from Louisa, Rosamond, and Douglas, I managed to calm myself enough not to make a fool of myself when Leonard's sister, Tabitha, appeared. She insisted on taking over as my chaperone while the others wandered off to their own activities, and the two of us mounted back up, determined to make up for the unexpected break in the day. While we were off pursuing our prey with a rifle Tabitha had purloined from the saddle of none other than Douglas Finchwood himself, darling Dougie found his way to the Baroness and requested the opportunity to prove himself an accomplished horseman by riding the Iron Throne. She relented reluctantly, and though she never released the animal's bridle, it did allow Douglas a few small steps before the moment was interrupted by the sound of a gunshot. The gunshot came from our borrowed rifle, and I watched with my heart in my throat as the largest stag I'd ever seen, with no less than 16 points, toppled in the forest some distance away. When the Baroness arrived, she was, to say the least, shocked by the animal's fall, but grateful to know that it had been a woman to fell it. She agreed to spread the story that it was, however, herself that took the animal down, sparing me the embarrassment of being caught doing something so unladylike as firing a rifle and killing a creature. The hunt behind us, I find myself looking forward to Tabitha's garden party and the chance to socialize it brings with it.
Hello, I'm Hal Valentine, my pronouns are they, them, and I'm playing Viscount Beauchamp Montreval. His pronouns are he, him.
Hello, I'm Melon, my pronouns are it, its, and I'm playing Lady Sophia Rookwood. Their pronouns are she, her.
Hello, I'm Gary. I'm playing the Honourable Douglas Finchwood, and both of our pronouns are he, him.
Hello, I'm Bloodied Porcelain, and I'm playing Lady Diana Fairley, and our pronouns are she, her.
And hello, everyone. I'm Grizz, and I'll be playing everybody else in this wonderful little weird Regency England that we find ourselves in. And once again this evening, hello, players. How are we?
Hello.
Good.
Rooting, tooting, shooting.
Yeah, and we have our lovely Beauchamp back with us, so happy to have you back.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Yay.
But that doesn't let you escape from the thing that we do first at the beginning of these sessions, which is the letters. With that in mind, because you didn't make it here the last time, I'm going to pluck you out of this hat deliberately. No, it's not out of a hat. I'm just doing this. Yeah, Al, you're going first.
Hooray.
Yeah.
I'll do the first of Beau's two letters. The second is a reply, so it won't make sense until the other one goes. The Honourable Douglas Finchwood, I am compelled to apologize for my behavior at the Vrymont's estate, and I am loath to admit I caused far more ill than good. I regret putting you in a position which caused chastisement at the hands of the Lady Vrymont, and only hope that it did little to damage your reputation or friendship with the others in attendance. In truth, I would not be surprised if my actions caused you to further separate yourself from what remains of our own friendship, though it is my sincere hope that such a fear is unfounded. I would be bereft without you to help me navigate this social calamity which I have caused, and further would lose the best whist partner I've ever had. Regarding the matter of former friendships, I see now that I have been over-hasty, and thereby rescind my request that you and the Lady Rookwood attend me at House Montrevel, as it has become clear that our dear Professor Loomis was far more correct in his assertion of that old Latin adage that our young minds had believed. As he said, aut amat aut udit mulier, and it pains me to admit that I am surrendered to the ranks of the hated when it comes to both our former friends. I only hope that I might still greet you favorably in society once more, though perhaps not until after I've had time to properly repent and lick my wounds. Ever hopefully yours, Beau. Postscript. No, this does not mean you get to tell the shoe story.
Foiled once again. Since one of yours is actually reply, we're going to go to Diana next.
My dear Viscount Beauchamp, I received your letter with more feeling than I could easily express, and though I did not know then how to answer it, I hope you will believe that I was not insensible to the sorrow with which you wrote of Edmund, nor to the regret you felt at having been absent and unaware of his passing. There was comfort, however painful, in knowing that he was still so dearly remembered by one who had known him in happier days. For that reason, I am the more grieved by what occurred at the varmints' gathering, for I had thought your desire to regain my friendship would be guided by tenderness rather than urgency. I do not doubt that you intended good, nor that you wished to mend what had long stood broken between us all. Yet I was deeply hurt and embarrassed to find myself so unexpectedly brought before you, Douglas, and Lady Sophia, with no warning, no preparation, and no true liberty to decline. However private the gazebo may have appeared, we were still at a public party, and I was obliged to answer for wounds I had not agreed to address, much less uncover in company. You had written that there was nothing you would not do to regain the solace of my friendship. I must tell you plainly that friendship cannot be restored by placing me in a situation to feel cornered, most especially in a public place where so many curious eyes will be looking for me to make a mistake or embarrass myself. Had you wished to speak with me, or even to ask whether I might someday be willing to hear Lady Sophia, you might have written again, or approached me honestly and allowed me the dignity of choice. What passed between us in former years was not a trifling misunderstanding, nor can it be corrected merely by assembling the proper persons and desiring frankness. Some hurts may be acknowledged without being healed, and some apologies may be sincere without being bearable. The hurt Lady Sophia caused me is, I believe, among those. I remain sensible of the regard in which I once held you, and I would not willingly think ill of you now. For that reason, I will hope you receive this letter in the spirit in which it was sent, not in cruelty, but in sincerity. I only ask that if you would show me kindness in the future, you do so with greater consideration for my feelings than was shown to me on that afternoon. I remain, with respect, Diana.
Your reply, Hal?
Lady Diana Fairley, I am grieved once more to compose a letter of humble apology, though I fear there is none such writ as could confirm my complete intent. My actions at the Vrymont estate were rash, and you are right to assert that I did not properly consider your feelings nor the impact of my timing. As you assume, my intent was only to understand what rift in friendship has been made while I have been far and away, so that I might begin to entreat upon you all to repair what has been plainly a source of distress. Conversely, should such a thing prove beyond the ken of mortals such as we, I had hoped to at the very least understand whom I would be siding against, as I can conceive of no world in which I would not endeavor to come to your aid. I have heard but little on the topic from both Douglas and Sophia, and in the short time since my return, I have perceived how broken bonds hang as a heavy miasma about you all. To my great shame, war has made me a more precipitous man than that whom you once knew, and thus I acted impulsively, as I was fearful I would lose the opportunity to have you all gathered once more should I not be swift. In truth, I came to you last, for I had not thought, at the time, that would be so cruel, that you would be so cruel as to instill a lack of trust in myself, but I now see that this was foolish. I write this not to beg sympathy or forgiveness. I am certain that none is deserved. I wish only to demonstrate to you that I am deeply aware of my own shortcomings and impact of my actions, so that you might extend a small amount of trust when I express that I shall never comport myself in such a way again. Nor will I make any assertions, by word or deed, that would harm your reputation or cause you embarrassment in the future. Truly, I understand now that I would best serve you by maintaining a more prudent distance, and shall endeavor to let go the folly of hope for a closer friendship such as we once had. Respectfully, Beauchamp.
All right, thank you both. We're going to go to Douglas.
Indeed. First letter. To the Earl Theodore Finchwood III. Father, I write to you due to a need of clarification. It has recently come to my attention that the Lord Edmund Fairley passed on from this world 2 years ago, and I have never received word of his death. Thomas has informed me that a missive did in fact come for me while I was in London, but that you took it and said you would handle the matter and ensure that I was notified. Do you recall what came of that letter? It is obvious that I never received it, so I've taken it upon myself to investigate how this could have happened. Did you perchance give it to a courier who never reached his destination, or perhaps misplaced it and only just now recalled that it slipped your memory? I know that there was surely no malice at play. I only wish to find an answer to this mystery, and I'd be grateful for any assistance you may offer. Your son, the Honorable Douglas Finchwood.
Douglas, I confess I am surprised that a matter of correspondence from 2 years ago past should now require such an investigation. I remember the Fairley letter, though I cannot pretend to recall every particular of what became of it afterward. At the time, I handled the matter as I believed appropriate, as I have handled countless affairs concerning this family. I see little profit in questioning decisions made years ago concerning circumstances that have long since passed beyond remedy. You need not trouble Thomas further, nor occupy yourself searching for misplaced letters or unfortunate couriers. Whatever happened then can now not be altered, and I would strongly advise against allowing old grievances to intrude upon present responsibilities. The season is before you, Douglas. There are acquaintances to cultivate, obligations to fulfill, and matters of considerably greater consequence to which your attention might be applied. I suggest you concern yourself with those rather than correspondence that has lagged and ceased to matter. I trust this settles the matter. Earl Theodore Finchwood.
Second letter. Dear Baroness Ellen Dunhold, I write to you on this day to inquire about your health and tidings, as well as to thoroughly thank you for your invitation to your hunt. I had a grand time, and once again cannot thank you enough for your patience and tutelage when it came to my less than stellar performances with firearms. It would also be prudent of me to thank you for agreeing to my request and attempting to ride the Iron Throne. It has since come to my attention that this is a boon that you do not hand out lightly, and it warms my heart that you deem me worthy enough to give it a try. Give my new friend an apple on my behalf and tell him that I owe him a drink. I hope that we can maintain our friendship and correspondence, and, should you require anything in the future, you will not hesitate to call upon me. Your radiance is a delight to us all, Dougie. Postscript. Sparkle still isn't talking to me.
To the Honorable Douglas Finchwood. I am well, thank you, and Will Sparrow has suffered no lasting injury from its guests. I consider this sufficient evidence of a successful hunt. You need not thank me for the instruction. Your performance with a firearm was not so dreadful as you seem to determine to remember it. You listened, corrected yourself when told, and did not shoot anyone who had not been first identified as quarry. I have trained men who manage few of these three things. As for the Iron Throne, you are correct. I do not permit many to ride him. You are the first, if I'm honest. I had my reasons for allowing it, and after some consideration, I find I do not regret this decision. He appeared to like you, which is not always to his credit, but in this instance, I shall trust his judgment. He shall have his apple. I shall not give him the drink. I would be pleased to continue our correspondence. Your offer of assistance is likewise remembered, though you should know I am not accustomed to calling upon others lightly. Should I ever do so, you therefore Understand that I mean it. And Honorable Douglas Finch. Oh God, how do I phrase this? I wrote this wrong. And my Lord Finchwood, your final compliment was entirely unnecessary. It was not, however, unwelcome. Yours sincerely, Baroness Ellen Duckhold. P.S. Give Sparkle an apple as well. You rode another horse before her very eyes. I believe her grievance is justified. Let's see. Yep, we're gonna go to you, Melon.
To one Viscount Beauchamp Montreval. I apologize for the time it has taken me to perceive this as I should. I have found myself more staggered in my feelings than I would like, but it has become clear to me that I have not shown you due appreciation for the effort you put into comprehending and resolving dynamics of our past circle of friends. Thus, I must thank you. Were it not for your arrival back into society and insistence, I might have not broken through certain hesitations of mine as I did. I do not think what transpired at the Biomo's gathering was a great step towards mending the torn cloth of our friendships, but it would be quite hypocritical of me to judge another for results when the hearts were in the right place. You'll be thankful to know, then, that the Honorable Douglas and I have reached a truce, even if a meager one, begin weaving our friendship anew. While any such thing involving Lady Diana will take much, much longer, I retain hope that we all might still get to enjoy that gathering at your estate someday. Your friend, Lady Diana, Lady Sophia Rookwood, Jesus Christ.
Oh boy.
Identity theft.
I just stopped looking at
And she forges letters too?
All right. Your second letter, please, and BP. We'll get to your second letter in just a moment.
I'm in hell.
Maybe.
My dear Lord Marcus Ashcombe, I hope this letter finds you well. I had seen you at the Dunholt hunt, yet I did not find myself with the time to reach out and converse with you as part of the evening's many events, and there are certain updates I think you might like to know. While a slow and cumbersome process of attempting to move past the rivalry and disconnect of years past, it does truly seem to me that things are improving with my past friends. That we may yet manage to move past my terrible mistake. Yet, just as I begin to resolve one issue, another seems to rear itself up to me. I have been asked by my Lord Father to show greater kindness and support to my brother in spite of our frequent spat. Yet I find that collaboration arduous. I hope that perhaps you might be able to offer some counsel on this matter. With bright hopes, Lady Sophia Rookwood.
My dear Sophia, I was glad to receive your letter, though I cannot say I was surprised by its contents. You have a remarkable talent for solving one difficulty, only to discover another one waiting patiently behind it. You asked my counsel, yet I suspect it is the same counsel I gave you only days ago. You spend so much time trying to determine what everyone else intends that you rarely permit them to know what you intend. Trust is seldom won by perfect words. More often, it's earned by risking imperfect ones. As for your brother, you need not become his closest companion overnight. Begin by granting him the same grace you hope others will grant you. There's a quieter road in reconciliation, but often one that leads there. Do not let yourself become in your own thoughts, Sophia. They have a habit of turning into mud, and the longer one stands in it, the harder it becomes to remember there is solid ground nearby. I fear I shall be away for a week or two on family business. Sure, you'll have to practice this advice without me for a little while, but I have every confidence that you are more than capable than you believe yourself to be. Take care of yourself. Your friend, Marcus Ashcombe. All right, and BP, your last letter, please.
My dear Lord Leonard, I hope you will forgive the liberty of my writing to inquire after your health following the accident at Baroness Dunholt's hunt. Though I was assured you suffered no lasting injury, I could not be easy without saying how sincerely relieved I am that the matter ended with nothing worse than bruises. Such assurances are very sensible things, but I find they do not always quiet the heart as swiftly as one might wish. If my alarm appeared excessive, I hope you will not judge me too harshly for it. A fall from horseback is not, to me, a small matter, and I fear memory made a coward of me before reason could recover its proper place. I was very glad to see you rise, and gladder still to hear that you were not seriously hurt. I have thought more than once upon what we spoke of that day, the desire to honor those we mourn without being reshaped to be their exact replacements. It is a difficult distinction, and one I suspect is not always visible to those around us, yet I found comfort in hearing it named by another, and I hope you may find some comfort in also knowing that such a burden need not be borne alone, nor perfectly. I hope your recovery continues without trouble, and that our next meeting may find us both a little less startled by the day's events. With sincerest regards, Lady Diana Fairley. Chris? Uh-oh. One moment, folks. It would seem we might be having internet issues.
Beast.
Sorry, everyone.
Welcome back.
The internet was doing things. I got through the very part of that letter, but I did hear the vast majority of it. And I will reply now. I'm sorry for that. Technology, yay. All right. My dear Lady Diana, you need never apologize for writing to me, least of all from concern. I assure you that I am quite well. Collection of bruises, some wounded pride, and a horse I suspect thinks very little of me are the worst of it. Nor could I ever think your alarm excessive. I knew Edmund too well, and I cared for him too dearly not to understand what you must have felt in that moment. Indeed, knowing this, I regret my foolish tumble brought such memories suddenly back to you. I am sorry for all the pain that it caused, no matter, even unintentionally. Your words concerning our conversation have remained with me as well. There are days I find it difficult to know where remembrance ends and expectation begins. It was a comfort to speak with someone who understands that distinction without requiring it to be explained. Please believe me when I say there is nothing cowardly in what you felt that day. Grief remembers things before reason has any opportunity to object. I am recovering perfectly well, so I hope you will allow your heart to be easy on my account. More than that, I find myself already looking forward to seeing you again. Perhaps the next time we meet, I shall endeavor to remain firmly upon my feet. Until then, take good care of yourself. With the warmest regard, Lord Leonard Blackwell. And in that envelope is a, let's see, write this down. A dried daffodil pressed between two pieces of paper.
Aww.
Yeah. All right. Good letters, everyone. How's everyone feeling? Good tea? Good tea? Good tea? Good tea?
Delicious tea. I can't.
Delicious.
I'm the absolute best.
Positively scalding.
All right. Now, if everyone is ready, let us get into the meat and potatoes of this session. Exquisitely served on the finest china. Right. So today we're having tea at Blackwell Manor as the Blackwell kids have officially gathered everyone else. The gathering is deliberately small, barely 20 guests in all, made mostly of younger friends and acquaintances already weary from the endless engagements of the season. There are no heads of great houses here, only the royal delegations and little expectation of politics. Officially, it is a simple afternoon among friends. Unofficially, however, it is the Blackwell's quiet declaration that the family is recovering. The household endures and life within the manor is starting to move forward a bit. The gardens stretch behind the house, thus meticulously arranged in those of Stag's Cross, but they are beautiful in their own fashion. The very old trees shade winding paths, broad lawns give way to small beds of roses and spring flowers, and low hedges divide the grounds into little pockets where guests may disappear from the larger company. Near the center is a relatively modest white pavilion that has tables laid with tea, lemonade, some wine, fresh fruit, little cakes, sandwiches, and pastries. And they even actually put a little area aside for some musicians to play. But the music is more meant for atmosphere than actual dancing. And without the weight of the season's huge gatherings to come, the afternoon has an unusual ease to it. People are wandering between the pavilion and the gardens. There are some small games being played on the lawn. Some shoes may have a little bit of mud on them, and conversations need not end because someone important entered the room for a change. And beyond the gardens are the Blackwell stables, where the Duke kept his mighty horses. Um, Guests are welcome to visit, and those inclined to take a quiet ride will be accompanied by like a small one of the stable hands. It's a nice little escape for anyone who doesn't feel like dealing with everybody at the moment. However, there is still mourning here. You can see black ribbons tied in specific spots around the manor. And for those who even met the Duke, or even in passing briefly at a party, they can feel his absence and the lack of a continuous booming laughter that always filled whatever space he was in. But today, in this end of like the third half of the season, grief is no longer the only thing filling the house. There's the laughter of all the guests and friends. And today, at least, no one's terribly interested in asking what comes next. So, at this particular gathering, many of the NPCs that I had mentioned who are younger are currently here. The lady Cecilia Ravenshire, Julian Viremont, Charlotte Dunhold, Lord Benedict Fenwick, Sebastian Hartwell. A lot of the minor houses are here. As just close friends of the Blackwells to just kind of hang out for a bit. Rosamund Viremont is here. But we are going to start with someone who had to take a brief vacay from this season. Bo.
Yes?
You arrive at the party and see the sights that I have described. What would you like to do?
Bo would probably do a circuit between the garden and the pavilion to take note of who was there and also sort of take in the scenery. Before, I don't believe he has seen Rosamund Rymont since the garden party, correct? Or has he?
Correct.
Okay, then he would, if he spots her, he would approach.
Absolutely. I believe she's just kind of like relaxing, there's like a small table set aside underneath a tree where there's good shade, and she's just sipping on tea because it's very much the beginning of the afternoon. Everyone's kind of arrived, but slowly spreading out and greeting one another. But she sees you approach. Her same long dark hair, sharp features, dressed modestly, if anything. She wasn't really trying to show off. This is very much like dress if you want to, but she's just dressed to be comfortable because it's supposed to be a relaxing party.
Yeah.
And she sees you approach and just kind of nods her head, Lord Montalvo.
Lady Rymont. And Bo will stand a respectful distance away and give a little bow. I wished to apologize for the circumstances of our last meeting. It was not my best foot forward, and I regret that was your introduction to me, but I wished to address this directly. Sincerely. It shall not happen again.
If anything, it was refreshing. No one speaks to me that way.
He very slightly raises an eyebrow and says, nor should they in general. It is not my usual behavior to insult someone in their own home or speak so forcefully. That is not the manner in which I like to present myself.
It may not be the manner, but it is part of your manner, yes? You're a military man.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you're a military man, though. And in the time of the many seasons I've had so far, there have been... Well, I've had 3 suitors. They were all terrified of me. Might be by willingness to forgo most of the norms that we have around us. So...
She would notice him suppressing a smile just slightly. I can understand why someone who does not meet your own caliber would fear you, but I confess I can see no reason why that should be the case. Surely you surround yourself with company befitting a lady such as you.
I believe such company has approached me.
At that, he will laugh just a little bit. I appreciate that you hold me in such standing, especially after I comported myself in such a way. at our last meeting. I do not wish to disturb you or be... Sorry, he's not floundering. I am, because I'm trying to think of vocabulary. I do not wish to impede too much on your time, but it is good to see you again under much more pleasant circumstances.
I'm not sure how pleasant it truly is. Sit down, though.
He will frown a little bit and take a seat in, I assume there's a chair next to her. Are you well?
Viscount Beauchamp Monteval, you have a little bit of weight behind your name. However, you don't seem to realize the enormity of what you actually did. My family, I have done everything I can to form my own power and make my own name, but being a Viamont, especially the daughter of the head of the house, carries a lot of weight. And you shouted at me in my father's own home. He knows this.
Bo will sort of frown for a moment. Yes, you are right. I had not considered that. That is something I will need to address. I apologize again. I should have thought of that sooner.
She holds up a hand. I have taken care of it. You don't need to. He knows that I am very strong-willed. And if anything, he's more proud of me because of that, even if he has tried many times to find me a suitor. He doesn't go into a rage very often, but I promise you, if he wanted to make sure that the only thing you'd be good for is scraping the boots of the royals, horsemen, as we enter, he'd make sure you reach that level. He's capable of it, and I don't want that, bro. So for all intents and purposes, I told him you were trying to court me and got a little excited.
I see. Bo takes a deep breath and looks off in the distance for a minute, like he's thinking very deeply, and then turns back to her. Would it... You'll have to forgive me. War has made me, as you have seen, a bit more direct than I was previously. Would it be helpful to maintain the facade that I am courting you for your father? Would that ease things for you a bit?
That's why I asked you to sit down.
Fair enough. Embo will flag down a servant for a drink. In that case, Lady Vrymont, how would you wish to be courted?
I believe your directness is a very good start. So we'll go away from that scene. We're gonna spend this resolve token for one Lady Rosamund Vrymont. Good. Ba-ba-ba. Welcome back, Howell. How you doing?
I'm great.
All right. So, everyone else has arrived and is doing things and stuff. There are, even if it's not your immediate family, there are plenty of chaperones just in case, so you don't need to worry about that as much. However, who would like to be doing what and with whom?
I think for his part, Dougie is out in the field or the lawn, playing games with the children.
There are no children at this party.
Oh, is there not? I misheard then completely. Then he's just out on the lawn playing lawn games with the other people in attendance, whoever is in attendance.
Yeah.
Getting his butt kicked at croquet.
Yeah. That or lawn hockey to the same results.
All right. So yeah, sorry. There are the younger nobles, but these are nobles that are actually able to be in season. This is their relaxing time. I get to let loose for one little tea time. So my mistake. Let's see. Yes, Dougie. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna throw. You know what? To give her some time in the sun, because we're all just vibing right here. One Miss Louisa Osborne and her very good fellow musician friend, Miss Eleanor Whitford, are kicking your ass at croquet.
Indeed.
Unless you would like to spend a...
No, he's losing. Dougie can't aim for crap.
Yeah. Well, Finchwood, are you quite alright? You don't seem to be actually able to get it through any of the, would it help if it was closer?
No. I got it. I'm just need a couple of lucky shots, then I'm going to catch up very quickly. Just you wait. And here we go. A 1, a 2, a 3, and oh, that's further than last time.
No, that's quite off to the left. I think that's heading towards the stables, actually.
Hey, I overcorrect. They're just so small.
Are you going to go get the ball back?
Yes.
Cool. You head over to the stables to get the ball back, and it's just like, I mean, you didn't have any aim, but apparently you've got a pretty decent swing on you. And as you get to the stable door where it kind of rolls under and like push the door open and like lean out down to get the ball, you are able to see a very familiar form of a absolutely gargantuan chestnut horse. And you see the iron throne before you.
Oh, hello there, new friend. When did you get here?
Just now, I believe. And you see the Baroness Ellen Dunhold like walk out in front of the Iron Throne, putting up his bridle.
Oh, Baroness Ellen, you're here too. Delightful. I just think I've been hearing
Gary,
Gary,
please. Okay, cool. So you see her, she's dressed up with more care than she usually permits herself. Her dark hair is usually pinned simply out of the way, but it's been gathered up in like a loose arrangement of curls at the back of her head. You see like a few carefully arranged strands of hair framing her face, and you can see her cool gray eyes. But she's wearing like a deep forest green, like riding inspired gown, like fitting neatly inside the bodice with a high collar and some gold embroidery, like on the cuffs and seams. The skirt is a bit softer and fuller than her usual attire. It's far more feminine than usual, but the tailored shoulders and the fitted waistcoat style in front and the polished dark boots retain something of the practical gentleman's fashion that she usually prefers. And you can see a small gold brooch at the throat and matching earrings that are pretty much the only ornament that she wears. For Ellen, this is very nearly dressing.
Well, I must say that I do believe I heard earlier that the wind was whispering your name, and I'm seeing you now. It must have only been because it was jealous of your grace. You look wonderful, my Baroness.
Of course, thank you. This is, well, inspired by the new Huntmaster, if anything.
Well, I find it quite fetching. Now, I will admit, I'm sort of getting eviscerated in croquet at the moment. I could really use a competent partner.
Well, I'm not the best, but I can do what I can.
Oh, trust me, you're better than me.
Yeah. Well, it's like a small courtesy, like after you, I suppose.
Very well. Right this way.
She leads, you lead her over to the croquet, and the two musicians are both like, "Oh, Lady Dunhold, you look wonderful." It's like, yes, it's just clothes. She just kind of like adjusts herself a bit and like fixes her hair, but yeah, yes, it's croquet. Oh, Lord Finchwood, are you trying to? Surely you're going to just defeat us by yourself.
Well, I found it hardly fair that it was a 1 versus 2 scenario, so I figured partners would be more fitting.
Each of us were playing separately. It wasn't we like.
You were?
Yes.
I felt very ganged up upon.
That's because we were both just. It was like Miss Osborne's. It's like, well, we were just actually able to get the balls in. You weren't able to. I don't.
Look, the rings are very small.
You said we couldn't use the bigger ones.
I wanted to challenge myself.
You mean you were being stubborn? And the Baroness steps forward. It's like, just give me the mallet. All right, hold it like this. No, you are using way too much elbow, and she's gonna start guiding you to play croquet properly.
All right, here we are.
All right, Diana, Sophia, what are you doing?
Sophia can go first.
Okay. I think Sophia's first course of action is trying to see whether she can situate either Viscount Beauchamp or Douglas.
Well, it doesn't take you very long to spot either one of them. It's not that big of a space. The good honorable Douglas is currently playing croquet, and the Lord Beauchamp is with Lady Rosamond Viramont having tea.
Well, that seems like quite a nice and possibly, withdrawn endeavor. We'll lead them to the courtship, and Lady Sophia will make her way towards the side of the croquet match to expectate. Why, Doug, you're getting lessons now.
Yes, apparently I have embarrassed myself one too many times, so now I'm getting put on the right path.
Well, any successes thus far?
Well, that remains to be seen, but in our previous outing there was some minor improvements, so things are certainly looking optimistic.
Well, I hope she'll eternal then.
I suppose we shall see.
Stop getting distracted.
I know.
You just actually hit the damn ball. It's like,
Oh, right, sorry. I like talking to people, I apologize.
Yes, but I need you to focus. And you do see like the two, you do see Eleanor and Louisa like, like, don't talk like that. And I was like, I'll talk however I want to. He's not paying attention. I'll hit the ball.
All right, here we are, and well, it was a little bit better.
Now, do you hit a? No. Here's a question: are you trying to succeed?
I think Dougie is trying his best. He's just real bad.
Okay. Would you like to succeed?
Sure.
All right. It does actually go through.
Oh, I did it.
Yes, it's like you were paying attention.
Funny how that seems to improve matters.
Sophia begins to applaud Otagi.
Would you like a go, Lady Rookwood?
Well, it has been a long time since I've done anything of the sort, but, well, I can't hurt. And, well, I think I have a slightly better track record than you. No offense.
That's not saying much.
Oh, do you think you can do better than Douglas?
Anyone can do better than Douglas.
But don't be so harsh on yourself.
At least it's only for hobbies that involve aiming. If we were to play whist, is Bo here? If Bo's here and we play whist, it's going to be a completely different story, I assure you.
Douglas.
Yes?
Focus.
Okay, right.
Listen to what I say. If you beat her, I'll give you a gift.
Oh, a gift. What kind of gift?
That's a surprise.
A surprise gift. Now I'm hearing you.
Chris,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to spend a resolve token.
I bet you would.
I would like Dougie to win.
All right.
Or at least to beat Sophia.
Gotcha.
I stand Dougie and the Baroness. I'm spending my resolve tokens to make this ship happen, god damn it.
How dreadful of you.
Okay, miss, I'm gonna buck the dude you like off a horse.
Good point. But at the same time, Mela, this is affecting your character. And it's also affecting two characters, but it's also affecting your character negatively. If you don't want that to happen, so say so. That's how the token.
Nah.
Gotcha.
Let's go for it. That's right.
Absolutely. Please mark off that token, BP, and Douglas and Sophia line up at the croquet lawn. But
if I can also interject, since it does also affect me, I will accept the token under the condition it is a very, very close game. He barely wins at the end.
I'm good with that. All I care about is that you win.
If you want so if you're accepting the first token, which was that you win, you'd have to spend your own token to make sure it's a close match.
I'll do that. That's fine.
Cool. All right. If VP expressly said close match, I'd say short, but she did not. All right. With that in mind, Lady Diana.
Yes?
Where you at?
I think Diana has... I think Diana is probably making her way toward the stables. She wants to look at, she wants to look in on the Black Pearl. She remembers how Castor has been treated in the face of throwing Edmund. So,
Oh.
This is partially to face her own trauma from last time, but also to check in on the horse and make sure that the horse is being, well treated and not like avoided by people.
Absolutely. So you enter the stables and you do see the Black Pearl being well tended to, carefully groomed, actively being fed when you arrive by Leonard.
Oh, hello, Lord Blackwell.
You turn to see him. He is not in his naval uniform that is usually used for formal gatherings. He's in a soft gray waistcoat and cream trousers with a silver pin. That is called, I don't know how to pronounce that word. He's looking far more relaxed than he has in any other engagement, but the colors and the cut of his entire outfit is distinctly naval still, as he turns to you with a small smile. Ah, Lady Diana. I didn't, you should be having tea with everyone. What are you doing here? Not that I'm not happy to not see. Of course I want to see you, just this is, hello.
She kind of smiles and gestures to the horse. I think we may have had similar thoughts.
Oh, no, the Pearl is doing quite well. Just one more scratch behind the ears. We aren't going to, I know plenty of people get, worried and concerned about the horse after a certain incident, but that was a group of buffoons and clearly not Pearl's fault. So I'm not going to. The staple hands understand, my family understands, and I refuse to have these last years will be treated well, no matter what.
Good. I'm the only one willing to go near Castor, so I couldn't help but be worried. And she will make her way over, and if he's not completely blocking her path, she will reach out to rub underneath of the Pearl's chin.
Yeah, Pearl enjoys it. Hell yeah, free rubs, let's go. There you are. It's stroking her man a bit. I hope my letters said everything I should have said in person. I didn't.
Your letter was lovely. Thank you. I especially appreciated the flower.
You're welcome. My mother made sure I knew the language of flowers as best I could. And I'm a person of gestures, I suppose.
Well, it was beautiful, and you clearly took care with it. It takes time to dry a flower properly.
Oh, I always ask to take a few clippings and examples from gardens where we visit. The county is a good place, but we don't get to grow many things there. If you'd seen me yesterday, you would have seen my trousers covered in mud while I tried to make sure the roses look good.
Well, they do.
Groundskeeper gets progressively more exasperated every year. He insists I don't need to do that, but he's getting on in years. Well, not everyone has a green thumb, so we should make for the party.
Yes, of course.
Right this way?
She will fall into step beside him.
Yeah, and even as you're walking beside him, when he's not wearing full naval garb, sure, Bo and Leonard, big dudes, not wearing those outfits, actually looks like a almost normal sized guy if he wasn't
almost
6 feet. Almost.
A touch less imposing, but not by much.
Yeah, no, I mean he's still he's still squeezed into these clothes, ripped to shit. Yo, what's up, Schwarzenegger? How you doing? Yeah, what's with this Adonis? All right, but you guys make your way to the party, and as you're walking forward, he gestures over to the coquet area. It's well, I do see the good Douglas having a good time.
Oh yes. She looks secretly a little bit pleased as she watches the game unfold. His aim seems to be improving.
Well, he's friends with 2 hunt mistresses, as far as I'm aware.
Her eyebrows go up a little bit because that's supposed to be a secret. I wouldn't know what you mean.
Oh, I wasn't implying anything. The only thing I would ever say is that maybe you're far more impressive than I gave you credit for, and I didn't think it was impressive. I didn't think it was possible, if I'm being honest. And, oh, is that Bo?
She will look over. She does a very, very, very good job of not being obvious that she is looking hard. And when she sees him with Rosamund, she nods. It would seem so.
Hey, Grizz.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to spend a monologue token, please.
Oh, you beat me to it.
Yeah.
You're both dicks. I wasn't ready for this.
Yeah, get it, yeah. Do you accept the monologue token, BP?
Can I accept it with a tiny caveat?
What's the caveat before I say yes?
Can we cut away for a different scene so I can have a second to think about it?
You know what? Actually, yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Because I know she'd have something to say, but currently my brain is a little bit blank, so I would like a moment.
That's fine. But we're going to cut away to a Bo and Rosamund, actually, because that just makes sense.
Sure.
As Rosamund sips her tea and smiles, it's like, I didn't realize the camaraderie was like that in the army.
Yes, to be honest, neither did I until I arrived, but some of my, well, I would not call them greatest friends, but certainly some of my fondest acquaintances come from the military at this point, shall we say.
I'm glad to hear that. Though we both appreciate each other being direct, yes?
Yes, I would say so.
And she actually reaches out, which is this is fully breaking every rule in the book, as she just gently touches the scars on your face. How did this happen?
Bo holds very still when she does this, and I would imagine she's unable to tell if it's shock or he's into it or what, but he goes very still. And then recovers himself as she pulls her hand away. Yes, this one, it's not a terribly interesting story, if I'm being frightfully honest. I was in the midst of a battle and took a saber to the face very briefly. Honestly, it was... And he just sort of deep breath sighs and resists the urge to roll his eyes. As my commanding officer scolded me for it later, it was purely a mistake on my part. I got overzealous and rushed in where I should not have, and this is the result. My apologies, I am certain it is offensive to look upon.
I think it's beautiful. It shows how much you've actually gone through. For the men around here, the only real example of what they've gone through is that their coats are a bit tighter than the previous season because they didn't do anything all the time.
Bo fights the urge to laugh at that, and so I imagine she sees him cracking a smile a little bit. Thank you. That is not what I would expect to hear from anyone. Honestly, it took me some time to get used to seeing it in the mirror every day, and thankfully now it has fully healed.
Not what you'd expect to hear from a lady. You can just say it.
No, honestly, it's not what I would expect to hear from anyone. I've certainly heard comments from gentlemen as well. Men, rather, as well, and they are not as complimentary as you, so it is much appreciated.
No need for thanks. This was truly wonderful, but I won't keep you any longer if you want to go see everybody else.
Bo sort of looks out at the rest of the scene and says, in the interest of maintaining this more direct discourse we're having, I must confess, Lady Frymont, I don't know who I would see at this point.
What do you mean? You have friends, yeah, I'm sure. Or do you mean you haven't truly engaged this season?
A bit of both, honestly. I am not certain where I stand with many previous friendships and acquaintances. I fear being away for so long has removed me far more from society than I expected, and my demeanor has changed somewhat, perhaps not for the better. And as you say, I have truly not made any effort yet this season to become acquainted with a great many people or sought many introductions other than those which I had previously leveraged in a life past. So at this point, while there are certainly people here that I shall greet at some point during the day, I do not feel any haste to leave what has been a most pleasant conversation.
And please stay as long as you'd like. We'll keep this just a small table for two people very much on the outside of society.
That sounds delightful, honestly. Would you like more tea? And he'll, flag down a servant.
I'd be delighted. All right, let's get that monologue joking.
Okay. How prettily they sit together. That's my first thought, and I hate myself for it all at once. Rosamond, with her clever eyes and easy command of every room she enters, leans towards Beau as if the space between them belongs to her by right. He listens with an attention I remember all too well, and I have no right to remember it at all. Then she touches the scars upon his face, not with shock or pity, but with a gentleness so natural it seems almost rehearsed by Providence itself. I ought not to mind. Indeed, I have no claim to minding. Leonard walks beside me, kind and attentive, his presence a compliment I am neither foolish nor ungrateful enough to dismiss. He looks at me as though my words matter, not merely my face, my dowry, or the queen's shadow behind my name. He speaks of grief without making a performance of it. Any sensible young woman would be honored by his regard, and I am, as I have been raised and polished and corrected into sense until sense ought to be my very nature. And yet some small, shameful creature in my heart lifts its head and shows its teeth. It is not that I wish Beau unhappiness. It is not that I wish Rosamond anything less than the admiration, affection, and every happiness due to her. But to see her touch him so easily, and to see him permit it, unsettles me more than I can bear to admit. Rosamond can meet him as he is now, I suppose, while I can only see the boy he was. The man who left, the old friend who wounded me, and the first love I am supposed to have outgrown before anyone noticed I ever grew around him at all. So I will turn my face toward Leonard, and I will summon the proper shape of a smile, praying it does not look as brittle as it feels. It's not jealousy. It cannot be jealousy. I have spent far too many years learning how to be composed, to be undone by the simple fact of one woman's hand against a man's scarred cheek. And monologue.
Thank you, Diana. Yo, we got some tea. That was amazing. Well, that was spicy. Let's resolve a few things, shall we? Also, this is a great moment for resolve tokens, everybody, if you'd like to spend them before I do literally anything else. I know it's I know it's encapsulating to listen to these monologue tokens, but also you need to be thinking about other shit at the same time. All right, but I'm gonna keep moving.
May I spend a resolve token to make sure Beau notices Diana being out with Leonard?
How do you accept that in this moment?
Yes, obviously. I don't think that a resolve token is even necessary for that one, but yeah.
Excellent, because I would like to spend my monologue token.
You guys need to quit stealing my moments to do this.
Yeah, I literally opened the floor. Like, I was like, here, guys, here's a door.
These are
It's
resolve tokens.
if you okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I'll blame it the token you store.
No, I'm just being petty.
All right. Do you accept the monologue token, Howell?
Yes.
All right, then proceed.
I should focus my attention on the Lady Vrymont. She is kinder than I initially thought, and it is indeed my fault that she is put in this position. It is admirable that she should consider faking a courtship with me as a reasonable and believable way to spare me and hopefully her from further calamity at the hands of her father. And truly, what is there not to like about her? She is strong and brilliant, obviously, clearly quicker than I am, and clever. And she is genuinely a joy to speak with. I am enjoying this, and I did not think I would find any joy here. I suppose it is right to enjoy this time with her. Even though I do not want to be here. I do not want to be in this garden making pleasantries with the person who I can only pretend to court and cannot ever truly... No. I said I would put that from my mind, and I shall. I should make every effort to focus more on Lady Rosamond and not on the vision that is across the way, speaking with an old friend. I can only hope that Lady Rosamond has not noticed my sight straying so far afield. She does not seem to have so far. I still do not understand exactly why she reached out so, but it was a kind gesture, and it was not unpleasant, but I need to keep my focus on her. I told Lady Fairley I would keep my distance, and I am a man of my word. I will do such. She has made it clear that she has no interest in... What am I even saying? Come on, Bo. You know what your duty is. You know where your attention should lie. You can do this. Take a deep breath. You're a Montreval. Do your family proud. Focus on the woman in front of you. She deserves at least that much, if you cannot muster more. End monologue.
Thank you for listening to Kingdom and Kinship. If you enjoy this story, please make sure to subscribe and review wherever you're listening to our podcast. You can find more of our actual plays on our website at www.hallowedhavenstudios.com. Please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/hallowedhavenstudios. Your support helps make more stories like this possible.
All right, everybody, we return to the fiercest competition Blackwell Manor has ever known. We have the Honorable Douglas Finchwood and the Lady Sophia Rookwood. Now, the bet is as such. If Douglas wins, he's going to get a gift from the Baroness Ellen Dunhold of an unknown variety, but very, very good. If Sophia wins, clearly gets bragging rights, which, it's kind of like... I won't say kicking a dog, but anyway. Let's see what happens as they square up. I'm gonna leave it to the both of you to describe your style and methodology as you go through this absolutely slamming croquet match that you actually have the other guests of the party slowly start gathering around to watch you. Whoever wants to go first. Okay, there you go.
So as Lady Sophia begins, she is very mechanical, almost analytical to the way she approaches. She takes a lot into consideration before making every move, and she treats it almost like a chess match. But the longer they play, she seems to loosen up a lot. She seems to let go of that, and skips a lot more towards playing a little sloppier, but seeming to smile more and break out into the occasional fits of laughter at, missed shots from both her and Dougie.
But Dougie is on one. Dougie, explain how you absolutely just get into the zone.
Yes, I think Dougie's still Dougie, so a lot of his playstyle is very loose and light. He's laughing and making conversation in between shots, making jokes, telling stories, and just conversing. But like when it's time to actually hit, he does what he's told and focuses, and it doesn't always work. He's still not great at aiming, but there is marketable improvement, and as a result, I think there's very the game is very tight. It's very back and forth until he gets to like the last shot, where Dougie gets very serious about it and like does like the golfer thing where he like gets low, eyes the ball, tries to find the line, and he's in full focus mode before he takes it.
Oh, now the dash.
Oh well. Wait, did I win?
Yes, Douglas, I suppose you do.
Jove, I won a croquet match. This has never happened before.
There is uproarious, monumental, polite Regency clapping. It would fill a stadium in a modern Regency situation, but of course it's
Yes,
polite with gentle murmurs, nods of approval and appreciation, lots of gasps of surprise as you manage to win.
Yes, Douglas, as the applause are going on, does like a 3-point turn where he like bows for each turn that he does.
And for a moment, Lady Sophia breaks out into quite the like candid little bit of laughter. And for a moment, it seems like she's just the girl she used to be all those years ago.
A sporting
Hey,
game,
Grizz.
Lady Sophia.
Yes.
Can I spend another monologue token?
Ooh.
On
You wouldn't do this to me.
Sophia.
Dang it.
Interesting. Do you accept the monologue token, Sophia?
Oh, if I must. I'll take
I
it.
mean, I was gonna say you do. The must is not. You can actively not. Yes, go ahead.
I know, I'm being silly.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's been dreadfully long. I can't recall the last time I let myself go like this. It's nice to meet you again. I thought I'd lost you. That little me inside of me. I thought that somewhere within that great dance of mass, beyond all those layers, beyond all those costumes and disguises, that you had been buried, drowned in the soil. But you're here. I'm here, and I'm laughing again. I know it's but for a moment, but goodness, good things will come again. Like spring hits against drought, like a gentle water against a scorched soil. A new harvest springs again, and I'm happy to greet it as myself for once. I didn't know what I was missing out on. I don't know how I'll thank him for this, but I really must. Someday. That moment. End monologue.
Thank you, Sophie.
You're welcome.
Now then, as that resolves, how long does Douglas spend celebrating?
Not terribly long. Like he does his little like 3-part bow, and basically showing him kind of like waving to the crowd, like yes, thank you. But then I think he'll turn to Lady Sophia and sort of give her a slight bow. A sporting match, Lady Sophia.
You the same. You reminded me of when we were kids. Thank you for sharing this with me.
It was fun.
Indeed. Now, I do believe you have a prize to claim.
Oh, yes, apparently I do.
No, that's too mean. I won't do that. Not to you, Gary, but to, well, I think, no, alright. That's too much drama. I need to resolve some of these plot hooks before I do anything else. We're only in episode 4, but there's plenty of drama to go around. You see the Baroness, with just a completely like satisfied smile on her face as she's standing with her arms crossed up to one side. She's not clapping with everybody, but she just like nods approvingly. Very good, my lord.
You're all to you. I focused.
I didn't do anything. That was entirely yourself. All you needed was motivation.
Well, you provided it, so I must disagree and say that you certainly served your role.
It was nothing. Right. I do owe you a gift, it's true.
So I've been told.
But I think that can wait until after the party.
Oh, you torture me, Baroness. You torture me. So he like puts a hand to his heart and clutches.
I can't help it. My mother was a fairly dramatic woman. Shall we? I'm quite famished at this point.
Well, after a rousing match like that, I have to agree that I am in a similar state.
Right, as everyone kind of goes about, it's a midpoint in the afternoon. For Lady Diana, you did catch that Douglas won. Like, that was very clear in that. So you caught that part because the garden isn't that big. But you do see, the 4 of you all see everyone start to separate, right? Lady Sophia goes about her business. Douglas heads off with the Baroness to the main pavilion as they're talking because she wants to go eat something. But where would you go with the letter, Diana?
I mean, I imagine we'd probably go and get tea and things. I'm keeping my eye out for Tabitha because she's the one who invited me, but I have yet to see her. So,
you do see Tabitha. She is. I'm so happy the Patreon chat can't see our general. I gotta tell you. You see Tabitha, she is currently like organizing some of the maids as she gets like the next round of refreshments going. Tabitha's dressed in like a elegant pale blue afternoon gown, like accented with some darker navy ribbon and like some like a slightly like restrained silver embroidery at the sleeves. Her hair is carefully arranged and her jewelry is very, very simple. And she looks like the most polished out of all of the siblings, considering like you haven't seen her, you've seen Leonard, right? Like he's looking relaxed. Tabitha actually looks a bit more like tighter in her outfit, right? Like she's trying to be the lady of the house, like actually organizing this party because her mother isn't there. And you see her in like an essential pavilion, like overseeing everything like that. And she's looking like a little stressed. But Leonard goes, I'll see you in just a moment. I'm getting waved over by a few friends, but I'll be there in just a moment.
Of course.
Thank you so much. Gives you a bow and then he'll make his way.
I will curtsy and then take the opportunity to go talk to Tabitha.
Yeah. No, Molly, I fully understand that not every sandwich can look perfect. And that's not what I'm asking for. I'm just asking that they be cut properly. I've cut them properly. I cut these ones properly. If you could just follow the example, I'd deeply appreciate it. Thank you.
Lady Tabitha.
I think there's like a weird like squeak of surprise. like turns around. Lady Diana, hello. Good to see you.
Diana gives her a broad smile. Your dress is lovely.
Thank you so much. I had she like gestures behind her, like you see Molly, one of the maids, and then I had Molly and Jane help me with it. They are much better at picking these sort of things. Just trying to
take a turn with me.
Of course. She will like tell the maids one or two more things before I was walking off with you.
The second she starts to try and give them more instructions, I will very, very gently slide my hand into the crook of her elbow, because ladies are allowed to touch each other, and start kind of guiding her away. Let the servants do their job.
Well, yes.
They're fine. I'm sure, under your mother's tutelage, they've done this dozens of times.
They haven't. That's the whole point. This is the first time in ages that we've done anything, and I want it to go well.
It's going perfectly. The only thing that seems to be wrong with all of it is that our hostess seems a bit wound around the axle, so to speak. You aren't enjoying your own party.
I suppose not.
What's more, no one's going to remember how the sandwiches were cut. No one of consequence, anyway.
You're right. I just...
Breathe. The party's been a rousing success so far. You can relax.
No, it's not. It's...
What?
I'm not supposed... I don't... Mother said she'd organize it. And she, a few days past, decided to not come out of her room anymore. So I had to get everything ready in a very short time.
And you've done a wonderful job. Now trust the servants to do their jobs.
I'm trying. I'm trying to.
I know. Which is why we're taking a turn, so that you can remember what it is to breathe.
Breathing's overrated. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
She smiles a little bit. She'll lean in. Where's the girl who was bold enough to steal someone's rifle?
She's scared for her mother.
I understand. Frankly, the fact that she was able to plan any of this says much about just how well she's doing. There will be good days and there will be bad days. Take it from someone who's lived it.
I appreciate the concern. She kind of looks up at you for a moment. She has a mix of emotions on her face. How are you and Leonard faring?
Well enough. His tumble doesn't seem to have dampened his mood.
I saw you earlier. You seem to be getting on. That's good.
Yes, we both had the thought to go and check on Black Pearl, and ran into each other.
That's good. He's a good person.
Yes, that seems to be a trait that runs in the family.
No, that's...
Oh, I think so.
You really are just... You really do shine very brightly, Lady Diana.
Thank you. So do you when you allow yourself to.
I don't think it's quite my time to shine very brightly yet.
She kind of tilts her head a little bit. I don't know about that. Your, circumstances, dreadful as they are, to have put you in the position that you are in some ways are kinder than most. You could have been forced into 2 years of all black and grey and never being allowed out in society. I think for being thrust into all of this, you're doing a remarkably good job.
You see her kind of grip your arm a bit, and she's kind of looking at the ground while you're walking. Did you get my last letter?
I did. There was an odd piece of paper that was a bit of a smudged mess folded up inside of it. I wasn't sure if that was included by mistake or...
Oh, that's... Oh, I'm such a fool. I thought you didn't...
Didn't what?
I didn't think you liked what I wrote.
I'm afraid it was positively illegible, given it looked like you may have folded it up while the ink was still wet.
You see her face go into a deep red. Oh.
She gives a little smile. I assumed it was mistakenly included.
No, I had meant to. I wrote a something. It was a
more pretty verses.
Yes. I was. Oh no! Other hand just kind of goes and covers her face. If I die here,
Hey,
it's fine.
Grizz.
They can bury me next to my father. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I spend a resolve token to have another folded up bit of poetry fall out of her sleeve when she goes to cover her face?
I'm gonna do you one better, actually.
Bless.
Um.
Wait, what? Why?
One better, you
As-
say?
Yeah. If I die here, it's fine. Just bury me next to my father. No one needs to know or see anything. I think it's a great way for another black hole to go. I mean, sickness, complete embarrassment. There are worse ways. I'm so sorry.
For what?
There aren't many ways that it's not right or proper. It's not the right line of thinking. I could tell you what they say. If it makes you feel, I still remember the words.
Would be quite interested to hear.
She looks around at the party and no one is paying attention to either one of you in this moment. If they did, they see her fucking glowing with she is so red in the face that she just finally takes a deep breath. The spring is never found. The spring is never loud, I think. It comes in little ways. A warmer breeze, a brighter field, a handful of longer days. I thought my winter lingered still. Through all the world grew green. And kindness met me where I stood, and softened what had been. So if I praise the month of May, it is not all the sun. Some days are warmed by hearts alone, and you have surely been one.
That is beautiful.
She looks like she wants you to sink into the ground.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Truly beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes.
And if you ever get tired of hosting garden parties, she kind of gestures at her, you could always become a writer.
Maybe. I thank you for not laughing or being angry, I suppose.
Why would I do either of those things?
It's not proper. Unless she kind of gives you a hopeful look. Here's the thing, everyone else. This is a great conversation, but I also need our fellow PCs to spend resolve tokens. Would anyone like to spend any resolve tokens?
I mean, I'll spend another one to get Tabitha.
I have an idea.
I actually have a thought.
Okay, go ahead.
I would like to spend a resolve token to have, for whatever reason, Bo having wandered away from Rosamond. And for Bo... Sound the Gary just made.
My idea!
For Bo...
Quicker on the draw.
For Bo to overhear this and pick up on the subtext that Diana is clearly clueless about.
Is that alright with you, Bo?
Yep.
Saddle up the horse. No, come on. Awesome lesbian couple, evil debating horse. Yeah, you need to put that in the actual show chat. Go ahead.
Okay.
No context. Which one of the horses are evil? Probably Sparkle, actually. Yes, but Bo, you do have a pleasant end to your conversation with Rosamond, and as you're walking to just go get something to eat, you do catch the tail end of this conversation. As you just see Lady Diana and Lady Tabitha just red in the face and clearly going through it, and Diana just not doing the same. And you do hear the tail end of the conversation.
Is Tabitha still floundering and Diana's not responding, or is Bo gonna hear the end of the conversation and then they part?
I think you catch just the end and the overall inflection that she's about to ask, wait, are you also into completely breaking everything, potentially? Tabitha's about to ask a very important question that you probably get the idea about, and you're pretty sure Diana isn't picking up on it.
Yeah, and is there anyone else around to witness this? Close enough that they could be in earshot?
No.
Bo is going to Bo is going to maintain just within earshot, but keep more of an eye on the rest of the party.
So you're not gonna do a damn thing. Take back that resolve.
No.
Token. What the hell? Okay.
Listen, Bo's gonna keep them from being interrupted because Bo at this point has promised to stay away from Diana and doesn't want to go back on that.
God damn it.
I'm sorry. I can't, like, he could stop
No, you're good.
Tabitha.
You're fine. I'm fucking with you. It's so funny. It's like, so you're just gonna listen? No.
No, he's gonna circumvent anyone else from listening so that, like, poor Tabitha doesn't get raked over the coals in society. Like, that's, if someone else is around that could possibly perceive this, then he will interrupt so that she has saved face so that no one else can start a scandal against either of them. But otherwise, he's just gonna prevent that from happening.
All right. Do we have anyone else wanting to spend resolve tokens? Or do you want to let it happen?
Come on, guys. I was not the only one who was raring to spend something just then.
You took my idea.
Have
I
another
was gonna
one.
need for Bo to show up.
You need to be faster.
There are other characters.
Fine, I'll use one for Letter to show up too.
Oh. He was actually walking away to get food and is now walking back.
He forgot something.
No, he has food and he's gonna get.
Skeletor.
Yeah, guys, there are like 20 other NPCs and just like Bo is the only option.
He's the most dramatic.
Oh, that's not true.
Absolutely not true.
All right. But yes, in that case, who said that? If you did, spend your resolve token.
I did.
Good. Dope. In that case, and how I wasn't yelling at you, I was very much like, guys, come on, the drama, I need it. It's not my job.
No, I know. I really want to. I promise. I just can't think of a good reason why Bo would intervene right now.
And you're absolutely justified. I was just like, no, don't make good reasons. That's not why I'm here. All right. So, in that moment, as you're just like, oh shit, I don't know if she's actually gonna say this, but if anyone else hears this, as you see like coming from across the cut, you just see like Leonard with like two small platters of tasteful eateries and things for him and Diana to, dine upon. Do you want to change it to Elias? Sing in the general chat.
Could I use a second token so
Actually,
they both show up?
Oh yeah, no, you could do that. Do that. Have him approach from different
Hey.
angles.
Yeah, could I do 2 tokens to have Letter to analyze?
Absolutely. And then
Yeah.
from across the other way, it's Elias striding through with a small smile on his face with a few friends of his, looking mildly concerned at how red his sister looks right now. And they're closing in on this delightful little scene. And also, BP, I am sorry to not have that resolved, but at the same time, other drama is also here.
Hey, listen, I love this because now Bo has to pick who he's going to intercept.
So,
Bo is going to intercept Elias and his friends specifically because there is more than just one of the brothers there.
Gotcha. So I believe that Elias is like, oh, Lord Watchable, I'm so happy you could have made it. I'm so sorry I haven't shown myself yet. We were too busy in the back lawn having a few games. How are you?
I am quite well, Lord Blackwell. It is good to see you. No apologies needed. Of course, it is your party. You should enjoy yourself as you see fit.
Well, you're still a friend of the family, and I want to make sure you're having a good time. Did you play croquet? Have any good food? Tabitha's been looking so hot and everything, so...
Yes, and honestly, her effort shows. This is a lovely party and quite relaxing, if I might say. I have not yet indulged in croquet. I fear I am a bit out of practice. We don't exactly have wickets off in Spain, but I would love to indulge in a match at some point, I'm sure.
Well, why not right now? We have the people for it. Come along.
Of course. And if Leonard is still near enough, he will call out to him to invite him to the game as well.
You will not catch him in time.
Didn't think so, but had to try.
Yeah. As Tabitha's like, have you ever? I don't know how to ask this, but have you? I would like to court you.
Oh.
Hey, Grizz. I get this
Yes,
thing called a
Gary.
monologue token.
Yes, Gary.
I would
Can
like
it
to use
wait
some
till like
monologue.
a few more words have been spoken?
I mean, it can. I just wanted to use it on Diana upon hearing that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Do you want to wait for a few more words other than "oh" or just now?
I mean, I feel like getting hit with it like right then, just getting her initial thoughts would have been good. But if we want to play it out a few more words, then yeah, for sure.
It is up to BP, but if you want to accept it now, by all means.
A couple of words would be helpful,
Yep.
but I
Okay.
will happily take the monologue token, Gary. I will do it. I just more context, please.
Yeah.
Continue on, then I'll spend it.
Yeah. And everything that's happened over these past few months, I've realized several things about me, and that I don't know why I can't be myself with anyone but you, but that is what my heart tells me.
Oh.
You're such a beautiful person, Diana, within and without, and I just can't help being overwhelmed every time I see it. I tried to say it in these poems, but I don't want to have this be a surprise. I want to be as forthright with you as possible, because this is against everything that we know and do and see. And you see her eyes are like downcast. And she's trying to find the words, but she's clearly terrified the more she talks.
Yeah, Diana's kind of currently at a loss for words because all the words are in her head.
Yeah.
So I will happily swap over to the monologue now if you're good with that.
Mm-hmm.
For a moment, I cannot make sense of what's happening. I hear every word, and still my mind refuses to arrange them into anything possible. Court me? Tabitha says it as though the phrase can survive the air between us. As though two women may stand in a garden and speak such a thing aloud without the whole world tilting beneath their feet. As it's doing to me now. Women do not court women. There are friendships, attachments, confidences, affections spoken of prettily in letters and folded away where no one dangerous may find them. There are rooms society agrees not to name so long as the door remains closed. This, spoken so sweetly and plainly, offered with so much trembling courage, is not a room. It's like a match held too near the curtains. I know what I ought to feel first. Aura, perhaps. Fear, certainly. My father, the Queen, housed fairly every rule that has ever hemmed my life into usefulness, all rise before me like judges. I should step away, should remind her of what we are, of what the world is, and of how little mercy it has for girls who become stories in other people's mouths. And yet, beneath the terror is something softer, stranger, and far more perilous than fear, to be wanted without bargain or ambition, not for my dowry or my name, nor the advantage I might bring to a husband's house, but just because Tabitha has looked at me and chosen to risk everything. I don't know what I feel. I hardly dare feel anything at all. Some locked and silent room inside of me stirs, and I am afraid. Not because I misunderstand her, but because I think I might understand her far too well. For both our goods. End monologue.
Thank you, Diana.
Thank you.
As she stands here with you, gripping your arm, eyes downcast. Like half trembling, like waiting for a response.
Is this around the time that Leonard comes waltzing up?
I think he walks up real slow. Well, I'm glad to see two of my favorite ladies in all the world getting along. Tabitha, Lady Diana.
Lord Leonard. Diana will dip into a curtsy. We were just speaking on the stresses that come with having to be the lady running such an event, weren't we? And she'll look back at Tabitha. How overwhelming it can all be. Diana's
Right.
desperately throwing Tabitha a rope.
She looks up at her brother, and you see her expression kind of. Well, she looks up at you, and then her brother, then back to you for a moment, and you see her expression kind of crumple for a moment before, just a brief moment, only a kind of like a breakdown that you would recognize as a lady of society before the mask goes back up. Yes. I was actually just going to make sure that the maids have everything taken care of. It's lovely to see you as always, Lady Diana. I will, write to you soon, I hope.
I look forward to it.
Yes. And you see her head off. Leonard just has like a half smile. It's like, she never was wanted to truly relax, even though this was all her idea. But you kind of see, because you're still like paying attention to him clearly, you look and see that like he isn't looking at where his sisters went. He's like putting down the food at a table that's like next to you or nearby. But you can see out of the corner of your eye that Tabitha isn't heading back to the main pavilion. She's heading to the house.
Going after her right now would be terribly unladylike and inappropriate given what just happened, and I don't know how much he heard, so I'm going to stay very still.
As far as you're concerned, he didn't hear a damn thing. He will hold out a cup of tea to you.
Thank you.
Of course. You look like you have something on your mind.
Oh, yes and no.
I understand.
Season has been a lot, and it's not even halfway over yet, and I think I'm just I have hit a point where I'm treading water, trying to keep my head above everything, and so there are moments when I'm a little overwhelmed and quiet, and I apologize for not being more overtly charming.
The only thing I have seen you do is exhibit the level of strength I've seen few others possess. The blows are going to keep coming, but you handle each one with grace. But I understand how there might have been a lot already, so I would insist, even if it's not with me, I don't mind going my separate way for a while, but if you need some quiet and some space, this garden is a lovely place for it.
Thank you. Perhaps a few more moments and that I might take a turn on my own, since my walking partner seems to have fled back to her duties, and she will kind of look towards where Tabitha retreated to.
Then I will give you some space, and hopefully we can play a game later.
Like that. What about Skittles and Ninepins? Which, out of character for reference, is basically like lawn bowling. It's just a very early form of it.
A duel it is.
Perfect. I look forward to besting you. And she will smile.
Yeah, he just gives you a grin, gives you a bow, and he will head off as we shift gears. Doodly-doo. Bo, I will say for you being able to go do whatever you want, you were able to give Elias a slip, because, you know.
I mean, he would have genuinely joined him for at least one game of croquet before excusing himself.
No, I'm saying that because another player wanted to spend a resolve token to talk to Elias.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying.
I mean, I give him like, no, leave. Getting. All right. Sophia.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I would love to spend a resolve token to go ahead and run into Elias.
Yes, you see him getting croquet ready, actively asking out loud, wait, when did Lord Mofog go? As he's like around the croquet area, he's like sipping on some wine.
Oh, I am, not quite sure. He
wasn't asking you specifically, he was saying it out loud.
Oh, I know.
Okay,
Sophia
cool,
was
just making
just
sure.
taking up to answer.
Alright. Oh, Lady Sophia, how are you?
Well, I have suffered a most dashing defeat earlier. Did you know the Honorable Douglas can actually aim at croquet?
Well, I mean, if you ever actually focused on anything.
I know, I was astounded too. But I'm afraid I will have to learn to live with that most noxious defeat. I am doing quite well, thank you for asking. How do you find yourself?
Oh, it's a quiet sunny afternoon with good friends, good drink. I couldn't be happy at the moment.
I'm quite glad to hear it. I think I have found a little bit of myself once more. Well, thank you to you and your family for organizing this. I did not know how in need of it I was.
It's good to unwind.
Indeed. Now, I have silly, but do you wish to play so that I may regain my honor at the croquet pitch? Given that the
Well, I suppose I'll have you know that this is the Blackwell family croquet pitch. You are challenging the current reigning champion.
that's so. I wasn't sure that you were quite so trained in the croquet arts. Well,
unfortunately for you, this is one game that I have never been defeated in. If you wish for the duel, then I ask for your... What will you give the champion for the right to challenge him?
That is a good question indeed. I think I know exactly what to give you. And she reaches into her... Oh, golly, I'm not quite sure what she would be carrying this with. But some sort of place that she uses to carry things that's not coming to mind right now.
Ladies do have handbags at this time. It's okay. They're like little silk purses.
Thank you. She reaches into her handbag.
Sure.
And produces the very same handkerchief that Elias had given her stormy day not so long ago, except it has been repaired and resewn so that it is practically brand new, and she will hand it over to him. Well, you have to forgive me for taking the liberty, but I never found the time to return it to you, and well, it was a little dashed in a few places, so I fixed it for you.
Well, giving me my own... You know what? I'll accept it. Let us begin.
Let us indeed. I have you know that after Asaya, I am the best coming from the Rookwoods. And she gives a natural little chuckle as she settles into play.
Oh, you're the best after Isaiah. Oh, that's very interesting.
Well, he has a way with a mallet that I never had.
Oh, no. I just simply mean Lady Sophia. And then he has just like probably the closest thing to a complete gentleman can have to a shit-eating grin. Isaiah's never beaten me. So we begin.
Oh, let's.
All right, y'all play croquet. And it is absolute fire. Yes.
May I spend a resolve token to do phenomenally well? Perhaps not win against the invested champion, but enough to make him sweat.
Would anyone else like to spend a resolve token on top of that?
Yes.
I think I'd...
Yes, I would.
Oh, go.
I would like Isaiah to be nearby and watching.
Hmm.
That motherfucker.
He doesn't have to say anything. I just want him to be aware that his baby sister is doing exceptionally well.
I don't think he was at the party until just now. But
Maybe he's a late arrival.
It makes sense for him to be here. He is in the age range.
Yes, but he's not a friend of the family. But yes, resolve token, absolutely. He is nearby and watching.
Excellent.
Okay. And you do come closer to many a person has come in to beat the reigning champion, Lord Elias Blackwell, at his own game. As the crowd does get a little bit bigger, as people get invested once again at another monumental croquet match involving Lady Sophia Rookwood, who seems to be just a complete monster at croquet. Gonna put that into your official talent list.
Dougie was just practice.
Well, that's a shame. And it does go on for a bit, but you do see like Elias after a while is like he looks around and goes, "Oh, I may have to make an actual attempt." That's refreshing.
I'm glad to know that I am deserving of your very best. It wouldn't do to have you, how shall we say, only put half marks in.
Well, it'd be more of a shame if I hadn't, but it's true. But I was hoping for a quarter effort. Very well. And so he starts playing pretty well. And it is probably one of the it's the Thunderdome of croquet matches on this day. And it goes for a bit, but with one last click of balls, Elias wins.
How fleeting it is to watch victory come so close and slip away so quick. You played very well. Congratulations, champion.
No, indeed, Lady Sophia. You put up a fearsome fight. I'm quite impressed.
Well, come for your title yet.
Whenever you so
for-
choose.
Thank you for humoring me. It was quite nice. And she offers him a gentle smile.
Humoring you. You're a guest in our house. Anytime.
Now, I do wonder what that Viscount has sneaked away after you. He was talking to Lady Rosamond just a little bit earlier.
Indeed he was.
Very well. I'm not quite sure what I was going to say. Sorry, I assume you're astounding, Beatrice. Just took the words out of my mouth. To get headed, I believe. But thank you. That's very nice. Wish you the best the rest of the afternoon.
Of course.
Sophia will head out.
Of course. All right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I did say click of balls. I could have said anything. Could have said anything at all. But I said click of balls with the biggest grin on my face because I knew it would happen.
I didn't know if we were going to say anything. It came by so quick.
What? Click of balls? By all means. Clicking of balls, slapping of cheeks. All right. So, now that we've come into the later part of the afternoon, Lord Beauchamp.
Yes.
Delete that last message. Lord Beauchamp. We find you at the stables, yes?
Yeah.
Actually,
Okay.
I'd like to spend a resolve token to already be there when he gets there.
Let's see. Oh, so you just straight up boogied out of you got it.
I mean, this is after an entire game. I imagine she could have wandered that way after a while.
No, I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you can't. Yeah, I'm not saying you can't. I was just like, oh, okay, you boogied. Then never mind. Yes. So also for the audience members, they are making plans in general because it's a smart thing to do. Melanie, talking to an African American, except for Terrence doesn't work on me. You freaking mute yourself. Go back in the corner. Here we go. We find Bo as you go to your horse. You see Lady Diana already there.
Just for reference, because she learned her lesson earlier by accidentally running into a gentleman. Thankfully, there were other people in the stable at that time. But on her way here, she would have probably grabbed like a maid or somebody, just somebody to be present. Said maid is off and away, and Diana has found herself in front of a lovely horse who is being remarkably gentle and well mannered for her, even though she's never met this horse at all.
You see on the board the horse's name. You see a well-behaved Arabian with.
It's Bo's horse, so I imagine we could let Hal describe what it is.
You just said a well-behaved horse. Okay, never mind.
We were planning in general.
Yes, I didn't read all of that because I was role-playing with everybody else. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I don't remember this in other games. Hal, please describe Bo's horse.
Yes. Bo's horse is probably an Arabian, but I did not have a horse them phase, so I don't know for sure. But they are an exceptionally large war horse. You can definitely tell this is like a military horse. This is an exceedingly well-trained horse that does not stand with anyone or anything fucking with them. They are pure black from head to toe, no variant. They are gorgeous and obviously very well cared for and very well loved, with a very intimidating presence. But yes, they are probably nickering softly into Diana's hands. And the name written on the board in front of the stall would say Lucifer.
Well, what an interesting name for such a lovely, lovely boy. She's like scratching underneath of the chin and stroking his neck and just kind of cooing and having a lovely little time.
Bo was walking in with a relaxed yet brisk pace because he was looking for a moment of sort of solitude to drop the mask and, you know, have a moment alone. And he will walk in and slow his pace when he sees this, and stand probably a stall or two back, and just clear his throat very politely, and say, he generally doesn't behave this way for, well, anyone except me.
She jumps a little when his voice breaks in, and she kind of turns to look over at Bo and then back at the horse. Can't imagine him being ill-tempered. He's so sweet. Yes, of course.
She'll
I will
see
give
him
you a sugar cube.
She'll see him sort of fight down a grin. Well, yes, he is terribly sweet. He's actually I think he's the best boy, but he was gifted to me when I joined the cavalry as well as a bit of a test. They hadn't fully broken him to ride, and they expected that a boy who had purchased an officer's commission would be thrown off immediately.
They didn't know who they were dealing with. And she dips her hand into her little purse, where she tucked away some sugar cubes because she was coming to see the horses. And she will pull one out and let Lucy lip it up out of her palm.
Food is, in fact, one of the quickest ways to win him over, so long as you aren't afraid of him. I think that is the problem with most who approach him.
He, nickered for me when I came in, like he was trying to get my attention, and it worked. She's laughing as she's getting, like, nudged.
Bo gives his horse a look, like really, just very briefly, and then turns back to Diana. Yes, I imagine that is how he will behave for you. Apologies, I didn't mean to intrude, and I know I said I would keep my distance. I had merely come in hopes to check on Lucy and perhaps have a short ride. I will leave. I do not wish to make you uncomfortable. And he will turn around and take a step towards the door.
Viscount Montreval.
He will pause, but not turn back around. Yes.
In all the years I have known you, I have never known you to be a timid man.
She can see him take like a deep breath before he turns back around. No.
At no point did I ask you to stay away from me. You took that upon yourself. Again, without asking how I might feel about it. I would have cleared the air sooner, but you weren't at the hunt.
No, I am afraid I was reconsidering some things and taking a moment to lick my wounds, I suppose.
Well,
But sorry, go ahead.
I think you've taken quite enough time for that, don't you?
As you say, and he will step closer and like finally reach up, get close enough to where he can pet Lucy and mutter to him, "You're a good boy, yes. You're doing very well. I promise I'll bring you an apple soon." As you say, I would like it if I did not feel as though it were necessary to avoid those that I still care for.
How much have you been told about what happened while you were gone?
Not terribly much. I know that there was what I can only assume is some sort of great misunderstanding on everyone's parts. I know that hurt has been doled out all around, and you are all suffering for it. And I, as you were well aware, have recently been made known that Edmund is no longer with us, though I confess I do not know the when or the why, and can only assume it is childless.
Sophia nearly ruined me. She claims she was attempting to help, but I'm not entirely sure how one gets from helping to nearly destroying me in the eyes of society. Only that she did.
He'll frown at that. Yes, I can see how that would be a deep pain, more than difficult to try to reconcile. She has told me a bit from her side, and it sounds just as you say. She says she was trying to help, and I am certain that in her youth she thought she was helping, though that does not negate the impact of what she did.
My understanding is that by the time my family intervened and managed to undo the damage, a good portion of society had become convinced that I had lost my value, and that you were the one who did it.
Yes, that much I was aware of. I feel as though I am always apologizing to you, but you must forgive me once more. When that news reached me, I believe it was my sister who told me of the rumor. I made certain to refute any such allegations for my part.
Why would you apologize for something in which you had no doing and could not have possibly prevented, given how far away you were?
Because it is a great failing of mine that I cannot help you or any of our other friends in times of need. And I feel... Diana, if I am being honest, I feel at a loss. I have not been here when the people I care about have needed me, when you seem to have needed me. Not that I know what I would have done, but I would have done something.
I know. I also know it was nothing you could have helped, though you would have if you'd had the ability. I don't blame you for anything, but I am relieved you are home and safe. Because I'm not sure that I could have bared another loss.
He flexes a hand like he wants to reach for her and very pointedly does not. Can I ask, what happened to Edmund?
We were out and riding. Something startled Castor, though I'm not entirely sure what it was. Looking back, it all happened so fast, but Castor reared and he fell. And he landed on his head, or landed in a way that he struck his head. And he was unconscious for a little over a week, but he never woke up.
Good Lord, that's horrible.
Yes.
I am so sorry. That must have been absolute hell for you.
My twin took half of my soul with him.
I can only imagine. Please tell me that Castor did not suffer for that. It is, in my experience, it is never the horse's fault.
Castor is alive and well cared for, though no one but me wants to get near him.
Well, if you would permit me, I would love to visit. If nothing else, it might be nice. Let him know that he is not shunned by absolutely everyone but you.
I would like that.
And Diana, in this moment, you can see Lucifer kind of lean his head down, kind of giving you a half horse hug from inside the stable.
Diana will do something that is incredibly unladylike, but she will duck under his chin so that his jaw kind of lays against her back like he is hugging her, and she will hug his neck.
Yeah, kind of
will
nickers
just
a little bit.
Bo will just pat her flank, shoulder. Again, not a horse them. Bo will pat his horse and just mutter, "That's a good boy. If you'd like, you could try to ride him at some point. I'm certain he will wave for you."
I think I'd like that. Perhaps when you come to visit, you could take Castor out, and I will spend some time with Lucy. It would be nice to have someone other than me who's willing to get onto Castor's back.
Yes.
And I will trust you not to let him throw you off.
If Lucy cannot throw me from my seat, then there is nothing on this earth that Castor could do to move me.
Good. Excellent. I've missed you, Bo.
Bo will genuinely smile, just fully drop decorum and grin like the boy that she knew once upon a time. I have missed you more than I could possibly express.
And I truly missed that smile.
He will just sort of blush and pet his horse a little more, not knowing exactly what to say.
I think we can leave the scene there. I think that's good.
I am going to spend an NPC resolve token on that.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
For what?
As somewhere else in the stable, you hear a door shut and the sound of feet walking away.
Normally, we're allowed to say no to resolve tokens, and you won't tell us who it was, so I can't say no.
Well, I'm sending the resolve token on the NPC, so it's different. Not on you two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who the fuck is? Oh, it's Leonard, not Lenny. What the hell? What the hell, Ellen? What do you mean, Lenny boy? His nickname would be Leo, and also unmute.
I can call him Lenny Boy if I fucking want to.
Don't call him fucking Lenny. I like Soph.
It's Lily.
Soapia, God.
Jesus.
All right, but as we come to a close, I will say the two of you headed away from the stables at one point. As we come to a close in the party, Douglas, you have been chilling with the Baroness kind of this entire time and a few of your homies, and she has, I think her demeanor towards you is that of like grudging amusement because of how you just your demeanor.
Doesn't want to admit that she's amused by him.
A little
I
bit.
love it.
Yeah. But the party is starting to wind down. What would you do?
I think towards like the end there, when he's like with one other group of friends, he once again tries to initiate the shoe story but gets shut down before people fade off, and he turns to the Baroness. Well, it seems as if the festivities are coming to their end, or their natural conclusion, I suppose you could say.
I suppose you could say that.
And yes, after all this time, I still have yet to hear anything of what this secret surprise is.
Oh, right. Well, stand up. Follow me then. And she starts
Very well.
walking. Yeah, and she leads into the stables because that's just the place to hang out around here. As she leads you to, and she does just take you straight to the Iron Throne. And the massive animal that he is, just kind of like looks down at you, Douglas, with a look of like, oh.
Oh, my
Oh,
friend,
it's
don't
you.
worry. I didn't forget about you, and I would like to use my last resolve token for Douglas to have like snagged a carrot on his way out,
Sure, yeah.
and he will attempt to feed it.
The Iron Throne does not move. If anything, he like does a few blinks, kind of turns his head so one massive eye is looking down at you, and you're thinking to yourself, I think we're good, right? Like there's like a long pause, and then you hear kind of like from across the way as the Baroness is like doing something like, be nice to him, dear. Before like lets out this big like huff of air. And like turns and just like takes the entire carrot and like half your forearm into its mouth, as if to like prove a point, before like letting go and daintily pulling the carrot away and then just eating it.
Yes, that's all right. Honestly, I think this jacket is better with a little bit of sogginess to it. It really pulls off the gleam.
I think the look on the horse's face is very much just like, just so irritatingly cheerful. It's like, no, I want to hate him. One day I'll hate you. And the Baroness comes back around. It's like reaching up to like pet the Iron Throne. He does like you. He's just stubborn about it.
Oh, I've met many people who are in similar straits, but they tend to come around at some point or another.
And why do you think that, Douglas?
Well, I don't know. I suppose I comport myself as someone who is earnest and honest, and people find comfort in that. I know I do.
But I've never seen you be anything else, I suppose.
Yes, people like to talk about mass in our society, but truthfully, I've never understood the concept. I don't see how anyone could be anyone other than themselves.
So you've never pretended to be someone you're not.
No, I can't say I have.
You're quite difficult, Douglas. It's hard
Thank
to
you.
believe anyone. It wasn't a compliment.
Oh.
I don't think you realize how hard it is for people to believe that.
Well, when people don't initially believe something, I suppose the only acceptable thing to do is to give them evidence to the contrary, and I suppose I do that just by being myself.
And what if you're pretending? You called me radiant.
And that you are.
Now that feels like a falsehood. She like smiles softly to herself.
Oh, it most certainly is not, Baroness. Radiance to me is not only a matter of the external, which you also are applicable towards, but it's also a matter of the internal as far as I see it. You, and when it comes to what my eyes have observed, are also no one other than yourself. You are dashing and dramatic and well and truly wholly you, and I can do nothing but applaud such bravery in these times.
Yes.
Let me put it like this. If what I am putting on is well and truly a ruse, then it is one that has fooled even myself.
Well, before anything else, and she will hold out a pair of very, let's call them old school and ornate, because they are deep black leather, like delicately made, with silver studs and filigree going along the back of the outside, and you can see the crest of the Dunhold, which is a massive two-headed hound, emblazoned on the back of both of these gloves. And you realize that these are a very detailed pair of riding gloves, but they are not sized for her. And she will hold them out gently, and these are my father's.
Oh, Baroness Dunhold, this is marvelous, but I fear it's far too personal of a gift for a croquet victory. Are you certain?
You don't know much about me, Douglas, do you?
I'm eager to learn more.
No, I mean, when you get the chance, you should look up the Dunholds a bit more. A lot of us aren't around anymore.
I'll make a point of it.
Please do. Before you start, before I get any closer, I suppose.
Understood.
I'm not good at displays or truly anything ladylike, I suppose.
That's all right.
But your interest is noted, and I'm deeply grateful, even if it's, I don't want to say dishonest. I know you're honest. I can tell you are. And she kind of gives you a look of like, there's a lot of layers to it, right? It's hope, it's like a need for something, but also just a concern, protection, guarded. And you just can tell she still doesn't quite know what to make of you. And there isn't a resolve token I can spend on a player, unfortunately, like that. But for you, Douglas, even if you don't want to admit it, you do understand it, because unfortunately, the Honorable Douglas Finchwood isn't an idiot. And you do understand what she's kind of saying, that like people who put on as much board as you do, for the most part, even if you don't want to admit it, in this society are usually faking it. And she's looking for the authenticity, other than just your word.
Ernest, I'm most grateful for this gift of yours to me, and I intend to further get to know you and prove to you that I am the man I say I am. I can't guarantee that all skies will be blue and that all grass will be green, but I can promise that I will always be myself and never anyone else.
She will nod, and you see her give you like the first true smile. Like she's had half smiles or bits of amusement, but this is like an actual smile on her face. Melon, use your words.
Hey, Grace.
You just gotta say it. Like literally everyone else in this has interrupted me during all of these scenes. Yeah, go ahead.
May I spend a Malon token on Ducky?
You absolutely may. And before you do that, let's see. I think there was another expenditure somewhere in here. How, as far as that resolve token expenditure is concerned, before we do this monolith token, I'm gonna say that's 2, because that is very out of character for the Baroness, unless you do not want to spend them.
I got 2. I'll spend those.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
OTP.
If I may.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
I'm gonna let the
May I place the monologue token?
Yes, I'm going to, Melon. I'm
Okay.
going to. That's why I wanted to get to the resolve before I do anything else. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but that is what's happening. As you say that, she kind of gives you like a genuine smile. And she's not the tallest person, but she does actually like kind of go up on her tiptoes and kind of give you like a small kiss on your left cheek before like nodding. I look forward to it. before turning and hopping on the Iron Throne and leaving. And as she leaves, do you clip the medal on token?
I'll take it.
All right, proceed.
I think as she leaves, riding off on the Iron Throne, Dougie kind of like walks to the doors of the stables and stands in the threshold, like watching her ride off. I am not a daft man. I know exactly what insinuations that the Ashcombs were making during the hunt. I know exactly what just happened there, but I am caught on a ship in the tides, my hull dragging against the sharp rocks down beneath. And those rocks are none other than my father. And yet I can see the shore. I can see the light. I can see what could be. For a moment, I forget about past loves and miseries and unrequited passions, and I feel warm looking into the eyes of someone who can be themselves and won't judge me for being myself. And I fall. I fall wrapped in wings that I could spread and soar with, but in doing so will drop all that is precious to me. This is a match that would not be approved by the Earl Finchwood. She is too far beneath our name. He has sent me to make something of myself, ensure that the family name is well established, well protected, and cozy for a number of years to come. And he's never looked to me for that kind of responsibility before. It's always been Thomas. Always been him, the one that is the golden idol on the marble pedestal, and I, the one expected to polish it. But now he looks to me and expects something of me. I could be something he could be proud of, and yet when I look at her, I just want to be warm for a moment longer. I don't want to think about what he wants of me. I just want to be free. And now there are claws sinking into my chest, and I must decide if I push back against them and feel every ounce of pain in doing so, or allow them to finish the job and slip off into a peaceful, painless oblivion. I don't know, but there are days yet to figure it out, I suppose. End monologue.
Thank you, Douglas. As the afternoon comes to a close and everyone gets into their carriages and gets on horseback to head upon their separate ways, this small tea party at Blackwell Manor goes extremely well, and the realm gets the message that the Blackwells are well on their way to mending again, and the surrounding area. And it is reported in the weeks to follow that it was indeed a very relaxing time, though some might have come out the other side a bit more tense than they were expecting. We are a third of the way through the season, and now we are heading into the height of summer. And things are only going to get more and more interesting. See you next time, and have a good night.
Thank you for listening to Kingdom and Kinship, a Good Society actual play by Hallowed Haven Studios. Storytelling for this actual play is provided by Grizz. Viscount Beauchamp Montrevel is played by Howell Valentine. Lady Diana Fairley is played by Bloodied Porcelain. Lady Sophia Rookwood is played by Melon. Lord Douglas Finchwood is played by Gary. Our intro music is done by ANBR. Our art is done by Teddy San. Editing is done by Virons.